Good evening. Welcome to the John Gaunt podcast. We're talking about Trump's visit. We're talking about the protests. We're talking about Keir Starmer telling us how to be a patriot, and also Sadiq Khan. Who the hell do they think we are? So it's the Patriots versus the woke left. It's Starmer, Khan, and everybody else in the media, including the BBC. They're all in Meltdown. And I'll tell you why in this podcast. But of course, as usual, I want your views as well. So good evening, Patriots. Welcome to the Fightback. Live and definitely uncensored and unfiltered. Tonight, the usual suspects, Starmer, Khan, Ed Davey from the Lib Dems, yeah, you know what I mean, and the media elites are losing their little minds because working class Brits have dared to wave their own flag and put flags up in every city in the country. They didn't like the protest at the weekend, Tommy Robinson, so they're trying to characterize that as far right. It was nothing of the sort. They scream, waitist, while we say, no, we're just patriotic. We're going to expose, or I'm going to expose their hypocrisy. I'm going to call out their condescending lectures. And I want to give you a voice to the people who love this country. I was immensely proud this afternoon, even though it wasn't the full air display we wanted. We still had the red arrows flying over Windsor Castle. We had our military bands playing. It was a triumph which is going to lead to massive investment in this country. But there are cretins like Sadiq Khan and Ed Davey. Oh, I'm not going to the banquet. I'm making a stand about Gaza. Gaza? What about jobs in this country, you utter prick? Sadiq Khan, he's had a pop today as well. I'm going to talk about him. How the hell is he the mayor of the greatest city in the world? But I must tell you, this is about giving a voice to the people who love this country. It isn't about hate. It's about pride. It's about freedom. And it's about time someone said enough is enough. So, here's a good phrase. Buckle up. As far as I'm concerned, the fight back starts now. Are you with me or against me? This is the John Gaunt Show. If you like what I'm saying, please press the like button. And if you don't like it, you can still press it. But let's have your say. Write a little comment. It all fuels the debate. So today has been an amazing day. A mixture of absolute patriotic pride in our great country. But at the same time, these lefties, these cultural warriors, cultural Marxists, they won't give over, will they? They still want to slag us off or damage what's going on. Let me just read a couple of quotes from Mayor Khan, if that's okay with you. Have a listen to this bullshit. This is in the Independent, but it's in every newspaper. Donald Trump and his allies have done the most. This is a direct quote, the most to fan the flames of divisive far-right politics around the world in recent years. Donald Trump. Have you not heard of Hamas? Anyway, Sir Sadiq, how did he get knighted? Sir Sadiq Khan has said this. He also said, directly attacking Donald Trump, that he scapegoated minorities, he illegally deports US citizens, no he doesn't, and he's deployed the US military to the streets of diverse cities. Let's analyse what Khan's saying. Scapegoating in minorities. No, he sent people out of the country who shouldn't be bloody there in the first place because Joe Biden was such a limp-wristed liberal. He's reduced illegal migration by 95%. My God, we could do with that here. He says he's illegally deported US citizens. I think that's a singular, Khan. I think there was one mistake. And then he says deploying the military to the streets of diverse cities. Well, you could say No, he's put them on the streets of Washington because crime was completely out of control. Hey, and guess what? Within 2 weeks, he's cleared the homeless off the streets and off the parks. Crime is down. It works. Tough approach. He said it today, Donald Trump, is going to do the same in Chicago and in New York. And where's the other one? Pittsburgh, I think it was. He's going to go to every major city and sort it out. Well, I don't know about you, Khan, in your armoured 100 grand Land Rover, your Discovery, whatever it's called, Range Rover. Maybe you're fully protected. Oh, you are, aren't you? You've got police protection all the time. But those of us who live in the real world, we want it sorted out. Khan says these actions that he's accused Trump of aren't just inconsistent with Western values. They're straight out of the autocrat's playbook. This guy, he says all this without a hint of irony. He makes me sick. What about you? Sadiq Khan, we can start there if you want. But I've got a whole list of stuff today to discuss with you. But let's start it in a positive way. The Patriots, me and you, we're winning. And the usual suspects can't handle it. So there's people like Sadiq Khan, Starmer, the BBC, most of the mainstream media are screaming, "Waiteth, waiteth, waiteth," at anyone who dares wave the flag or show pride in Britain. That idiot who writes for the Mail, Dan, whatever his name is, Glenda Jackson's son, another one born with a canteen of cutlery in his gob, not just a silver spoon. I've forgotten his name. You know the one I'm talking about. He today has said it was a far-right demo. His evidence for this is one woman who spoke at the rally. I thought she was a div. But he has basically said everybody who went on that rally is far-right. We're all fascists. No, we're not. You wouldn't understand, Dan, because you're not working class. Your mum was one of the greatest actresses in the world. What a shame she had you, you disgusting piece of shit. Anyway, he says we're all racist. I say we're not. So I ask you, was the Tommy Robinson rally racist? Keep the comments coming in. I'm coming to you in a minute. Is the Raise the Colours, Raise the Flags campaign racist? No, I think it's about having pride, because for too long we've been told by the liberati, the liberal woke idiots, that we're not allowed to celebrate our culture, our tradition, our history, even our flag. But the woke elites, as I've been saying for ages, they hate ordinary working class people like you and me standing up for our country. And now they're protesting about Trump's state visit. Did you see it? There's 5,000 of them in London, and they're having a march and then a chat, a rally. The usual people are there, Jeremy Corbyn and the rest of them. But he's in Windsor, which is about 30 miles away. He's having to be in Windsor because of nutcases and lefties who murdered that chap last week. I can't even mention his name without filling up. It's a disgrace. Our country is a great country. It's a tolerant country. So what I want to say to you tonight is this, and I want to see if you agree with me. Keep those comments coming in. Keep pressing the like button. Let me just tell you, when the woke cry racist, you know that we're winning. They hate patriotism because, do you know what? They can't control it. When there was just newspapers and just a couple of radio stations and no internet, they could make out it was left versus right and dictate the agenda. They can't do that because of people like Elon Musk and X and people like you and I. We control the news. We are the news. We are the agenda. And certainly not the BBC. So this is about working class pride versus elite hysteria. And guess who's going to be louder? That's right. Patriots don't apologise and never should apologise for loving their country, their flag, their culture, their tradition, their colour of their skin, whether they're black, white or blue. They should never apologise. This is a great country. If it wasn't such a great country, why does every Tom, Dick and Abdul wearing flip-flops want to get into it? Just on that subject, I see Keir Starmer failed miserably again to get anyone out of the country last night, and the same today. Now Mahmood, the Home Secretary, is very upset about it. Oh, she's going to tear a tissue. They're not going to remove anyone. And let me tell you, it gets worse, because France are going to send us a load, because the agreement's there. Macron is still going to send a load of people to us. The flag, whether it's the flag of St. George or the Union flag, it belongs to us, the people, not the politicians. Do you agree? Patriotism isn't a crime, no matter what the elites say. What about Keir Starmer starts to give us a lecture about the flag? The snivelling little shit has been hiding under a rock. He re-emerged today with his missus and held her hand all the time. What a happy couple, hey? Why wasn't he in the Commons yesterday defending why he made the paedophile's chum, yum, the American ambassador when everybody told him not to? And do you know what's happened today? Everybody's been talking about Trump, so the attention's gone away from Starmer. The same tomorrow, probably, unless Trump kicks off, which, by God, I'm hoping he is. He does. The louder they cry, the stronger we will sing the national anthem, Jerusalem, and rule Britannia and fly our flag. Britain belongs to its people, not the elite woke political class and their chums, yum, in the mainstream media. The louder they howl, the more obvious it is that we, the Patriots, are turning the tide. Do you agree with me, or is Gaunty going off on one? I'd like your comments. What's it looking like? 121 likes. That's brilliant. Let's have more. 28 likes, sorry. 125 people watching just on YouTube. Come on, let's have some more of you, and let's have your opinion. This show tonight is all about you and our country, and it's about ignoring those elites. We've got to get rid of Starmer, clearly, but he's writing the longest political suicide note in history. He'll be gone. He's already toast, isn't he? So if you agree with me, start sending comments. If you disagree, or maybe just disagree with parts of what I've said, but I have got increasingly angry, and especially because this bloke, Starmer, didn't even have the balls to go to the Commons yesterday and explain himself. Do you know why? Because he's lied. He's lied to the Commons and lied to every single one of us. He's not fit to be the Prime Minister. And I see his poll ratings are in. He's now minus 50. He's now definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, the least popular Prime Minister we've ever had. And he still thinks he can go to the state banquet tonight and represent us. Khan's the similar. Ed David, oh, I'm not going. No, what about Gaza? What about... Who cares about Gaza? Yes, within the whole, the whole remit of everything. But at the moment, we need Trump on our side. And I'll give Starmer his due. He seems to get on with him. Why would you want to derail that? Well, I'll tell you why. You derail it if you didn't love our country. Is that a fair accusation, Mr. Khan? What do you think, citizen? Please let me know. Right, that's enough of me. The fight back starts now. Let's take some comments. No, that's me. That's no good as a comment. Stuart Lowe. Good evening from the Bolton area. Thank you very much indeed. And then he says he shared the what do you call this? The stream. Thank you. If you could do that, it really helps. Crag says, hi, John. I totally agree with you about that. Did you see all the whistleblower about the situation in London and on Sadiq? No, I didn't. Explain it to me. Jackie Ward. loving Trump's visit. They rolled out the red carpet and welcomed him correctly. Today was about how great Britain can be. We will win the fight back because losing is not an option, says Jackie Ward on Facebook. Jackie, that is brilliant, inspirational. Thank you very much. And the red arrows, I know the cloud was a bit low and it was, etc., but they're still magnificent. When you hear that roar, I wrote about this in one of my books and said it's that ice cream melting, jaw dropping moment as a kid, as you hear them come towards you. When I was living in Northamptonshire, they often used to fly over on the way to different displays, especially the Grand Prix at Silverstone. It's just magnificent. We're so brilliant as a country, but we elect shits like Sadiq to run our country down. Sadiq, it's obvious why you're doing this. Like when he came last time, you put the blimp up. Why do you do it? Because you want to be on the world stage. You've already fucked up London. You don't need to do any more, and you're not a diplomat. You're not a world leader, just like your mate Starmer. He isn't strutting about, although today he did look a bit scolded, and so he should. He's totally humiliated. He isn't a leader. Well, I've got a hole in my... Anyway, let's move on. Keir Starmer, just how much flushing will it take before this Burke finally disappears down the pan? Welcome to England, Mr. President. I like that. Thank you, Graham. Facebook comment. This is YouTube. Steve. Hi, evening, John. Our politicians in this country are a joke. If we took Trump's stance in this country, we could sort the same mess out that America has. Starmer needs to take a leaf out of Trump's book. God save the king. Well said, Steve. I like that. I tell you what, where he should start, imagine if Trump was our leader. He would have ripped up the ECHR by now, wouldn't he? He'd be sending them all back. He'd be putting them in army camps. He'd be putting them behind barbed wire. And then he'd be deterring them by saying, that's how we're going to treat you. It's not inhumane. It's not wrong. It's not some right-wing playbook. Sadiq, what do you want? Just to let everybody in? Is that what you want, Sadiq? To fundamentally change our country? But that's not what the British people want. And that's what the flags have been about. And we don't have to be ashamed of that because we are a tolerant, fair, democratic country. Unlike most of the countries where these people are coming from, Sadiq. Unlike the country where your parents and grandparents came from. Do you follow where I'm coming from, Sadiq? So I think we've got a pretty damn good country. And we don't need jerks like you running it down. And we don't need you trying to pick a fight with Donald Trump. You absolute cretin. Craig says, John, can Khan be deported to Gaza because he loves it so much? We could dream. Starmer said to the president of USA, Khan is his friend, like a little schoolboy, says Julie Rowley. He did. That was actually in the Oval Office, wasn't it? In the White House last time when Donald paused, of course, and said, he's a horrible little man, right? He didn't let go, did he? I really hope there's a moment like that tomorrow. I really hope, well, I think there will be, because I think somebody like Bev Turner from GB News will say, did you know, President, we haven't got free speech? Have you heard about Lucy Connolly? Have you heard about Father Ted? I'm sure she'll bring that up again. And I think Starmer will try and lie again in front of the president of the free world. And I think Trump will have him. I think he's laying a very sophisticated trap. I, for one, am proud that Trump has come to our country. This deal they're talking about for AI, which will put our country at the forefront of it with America. We've all got some reservations about AI, but that's where we've got to be. Isn't it? Are you with me or against me? Thank you, Julie, for your comments. Shirley says, here. And she's got the flag and she's got arms up in the air, etc. Jackie Izeri just says, Advance UK. Jackie, I'm not here as some kind of publicity front. If you want to say something about Advance and what you think they could do, fine. But don't just go Advance UK as if that's the answer. Because you know what? It isn't. It isn't. The only one flying to France is the pilot. That's a cracker. Yeah, and the paying passengers. They can't get people out of the country. The human rights leeches, lawyers are there, Steve, on Facebook. They're not allowing it. And then now we've got the Home Secretary, Mahmood, saying it's wrong and literally going mental, right? Well, just do that. Look to your left, and there's Keir Starmer. He was the director of public prosecutions, do you know? But Jimmy Savile never came across his desk. But he did write the book on the human rights laws. He believes in them completely. He doesn't think they have to be rewritten. And this is where the irony comes in, because that snivelling shit lied in Parliament about Mandelson. He's lied. I mean, that just doesn't work, his timeline of his when he made his decisions. So he's going to fall soon. He is going to fall soon. Then we're all going to be around Yvette Cooper's asking to borrow her bunting, because she's got loads of bunting, flags of St. George, Union Jacks. So we'll say, can we have some of that? And we're going to then whack it up and have a massive piss up and celebration because Starmer's gone. Huh? And we'll drink English champagne. Yes, we will. We'll be like Falstaff, or maybe I will be. But do you see what I'm getting at? It's all nonsense. It's all lies. It's all lies. If Mahmood wants to sort out the people, you've got to rip up the ECHR and you're going to say to Macron, shove that up your derriere. I wish I knew French. But anyway, you know what I mean, up his arse, right? We've got to get tough. And instead of slagging off Trump, we should be trying to work out what we can learn from him. Jim Garfield. Brilliant, Jim. Thank you so much. He's just thrown 10 quid. He's clicked on that little $sign at the bottom of the YouTube video, which you can do as well. And he's donated £10. Thank you ever so much. He says, ECHR fanatic stumped by the ECHR. He's talking about Starmer. You're right. You couldn't make it up. It's cruel to laugh at, what's his name? Starmer. I've got to just wipe my screen. Just big bit of, anyway, you don't need to know. Anyway, so he's stumped by the ECHR. Yeah. Hung by his own petard, whatever that means. Smash the gangs. He can't even send one man to France. Our taxes to fund the legal cost of the illegal immigrant to challenge our own government. That's what's happening. Yeah, there's a big court case coming up now. You're paying for it. For some Birkin flip-flops. I use the term flip-flops so we understand the generic. I'm not suggesting that every illegal immigrant wears flip-flops. Most of them have got designer trainers. But anyway, they're now going to use our money, their legal aid, to fight our government. Wouldn't it be easier just to put the Navy in the Channel, the Army on the beach, and basically say, no papers? Oh, shit, man, never mind. You're going to Estonia. Congratulations. Or you're going to the Outer Hebrides. To be processed. Might take a year, I don't know. But we'll look after you. What, you'd rather go home? Oh, you just remembered where you live? All right, then. We'll get you a flight home. You can even have a few quid to get yourself sorted. That's being humane. That's what Trump's doing, and it's working. And then Khan says, the cleaning up of Washington. I've been to Washington, D.C. 8 times. It was shithole. You see these wonderful monuments to Martin Luther King and all the rest of them, right, down by the river. And then there's just loads of people who want to mug you. It's horrible. Trump's sorting it out with the National Guard. Khan thinks that's a bad idea. That's attacking minorities. The guy is a cretin. Surely what the F? They are all racist, not us. Yeah, I've got to tell you, that's what I'm coming to, this conclusion, that we're not the violent ones, the ones to the right or to the centre. It's the other lot. They keep going on about 26 arrests. They're not saying how many of them were Antifa and how many of them are from Tommy Robinson's mob, so to speak, as they describe it. I've got it on good information. Only 9 of them were on the stop the boat side. It's like with the migrant hotels. They try to make out that it was their ladies sitting on the streets worrying about their kids, that they were the thugs. It's like Southport, isn't it? Starmer takes a wreath, probably got it from Tesco's on the way, then ran away when people started calling him a wanker. Sorry, I've got hiccups here. It's a joke. It's a farce. Are you with me or against me? And if you support me, how about dropping in a few quid? You can either do it with that little $sign there. Doesn't have to be a tenner, it can be less, could be more. Or you can buymeacoffee.com so it's www.buymeacoffee.com/John Gaunt. They take all kinds of currencies. Dale C. McKay Godwin, I think this person's in America from my memory. Trump's welcome was over the top UK. His mum was a Scot and loved the Royals. Well, that's why he loves our country, isn't it? And his mum was Scottish. You're right. I thought it was a good touch having the bagpipes there today as well. Give him whatever he wants. He's the most powerful man in the world. And we need him on our side. So we get the investment. We get the cheap trade tariffs, which we've already got. See, Starmer's done a couple of things that have been okay. But I do think Trump is toying with him. And I've got everything crossed that Trump lays into him tomorrow. Craig Urquhart, argument was he needed longer for his defence. There's effing tens of thousands to choose from. What are you on about? You've lost me there, mate. Anyway, got to have a drink of water. Come back to me on that, Craig. Where are we now? Do you think Trump will try and convince the king to clear Starmer out? No, I don't. Everybody keeps going on about the king doing that. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. This is a bit nasty, Craig. He says, John, we know that Starmer's wife was only there for show. Well, it is a nasty comment, but do you know what? That's exactly the thought I had. He wouldn't let go of his hand. Oh, we're happily married. It's all a bit pathetic. Although maybe he's been up all night crying. He's the most hated man in Britain. He is, isn't he? There should be a wanted poster for him. He disappeared 3 or 4 days under his stone. Now he's re-emerged to tell us, don't let the far right take over the flag. What does he mean by the far right? What about the far left who cause all the trouble? Oh, they're progressive. It's not that Ed Dave, oh, I'm a progressive. What about Gaza? Get yourself to the banquet and don't insult the king, you div. Graham Hatton, Donald J. Trump will have him double talking. I'm sure he's good at that, Starmer. Yeah. Steve Royale, well done for getting the word out on Facebook. The word out about what? But anyway, thank you for your comments. Where are we going next? Oh, Niven, one of me regulars. Hello, Niven. Niven Casey on YouTube. Starmer, Sad IQ, Davy, et al. Are happy to fly the EU flag and Palestine flags. They hate our national flags, and more to the point, they hate our sovereignty. I'm not going to argue with you on that. I tell you what, that's interesting as well. I saw the protest in London. And GB News, to be fair, they were very balanced today. They kept going back to the protest. And everyone on the protest have these. Have you noticed the lefties, the Antifa mob, the idiots? They all have fantastic, not what it's on them, but fantastic, what do you call them? Banners. And have you noticed they're all made exactly the same size and shape? And have you noticed they've all got the same kind of lettering? And have you noticed they're very reminiscent of the Socialist Workers' Party, who used to be outside Woolies on a Saturday afternoon in Coventry City Centre when me and my mum, or me and my dad, were going to go buy some broken biscuits? They must think we're fucking idiots. It's organised. Whereas if you see the migrant hotel protest, they've got signs, but they're built on old bits of wood, or they're built on old cardboard boxes, and they've got flags. But somehow, that's organised far-right anarchy, if there's such a thing, according to our glorious leaders, Sadiq Khan and the other one. What's his name? Sir Keir Starmer. Did you know he used to be Director of Public Prosecutions? Jimmy Savile never came across his desk. Keep up the good work, John. Very inspirational, says Graham. Well, that's kind of you, Graham. I just say what I feel. If you think it's that inspirational, I'm not above you chucking me a fiver to keep this going because I'm working my butt off here, I tell you. Khan is happy to talk about the number of arrests last week, but silent when it comes to the number of knife crimes in London. Exactly. And most people aren't bloody reporting crime, are they? In London. There's no point. You might get some woke rainbow-laced well, it wouldn't be dot my eyes. That'd be too hard on people's heads. Oh, that'd be against their human rights. Copper come round. And if you're lucky, you might get a crime number. That's about all you will get. I don't blame the individual coppers. I blame the woke idiots who run them, who are in charge of them. And Khan, you see, he's also trying, and he's succeeded with me tonight. He's gaslighting us. He's just trying to get profile and publicity. Just like that Dan Glenda Jackson's son, Nepo baby or whatever his name is. Would he have a job on the Mail if his mum wasn't Glenda? Do you want to take me on, mate? Anytime you fancy. Anytime. Michael Yates. Khan is happy to... Oh, I've just read that one. Sorry. Maggie Young, you're back. Where have you been? She says, Khan gone above his station today. How dare he make a statement against the American president? He's a total disgrace to this country. You're right. He is. Although, I've said this ever since I worked in London 30 years ago. London is not part of the United Kingdom. And every day, every week, increasingly, it becomes a separate place. Do you remember when Brexit happened? They wanted to be treated differently. Oh, we all voted against it. Tough shit. It's a democracy. So did Scotland. But that doesn't matter. It's the collective vote. Do you understand democracy? Mayor Khan. Anyway, but so that's your situation there. Where are we going next? Henry Ives. Starmer is weak. He's dull. He's grey. He's deeply unimpressive, uninspiring, uncomfortable, unlikable, unpatriotic, embarrassing, and untruthful. You missed that one. And he loves Ukraine, and we're all behind you, Starmer, on that, as you keep telling Zelensky. Thank you very much. Jim Garfield, here's the little note that he sent when he just gave the £10 towards keeping these podcasts going. Jim, you're a hero. You'll go on the wall of fame. Thank you very much indeed. If you'd like to donate something, just click the little $ under the video and donate whatever you want. By the same token, you can do www.buymeacoffee.com/John Gaunt. Of course, if you don't donate, it doesn't matter. You don't have to. You won't be sent to jail, unlike the BBC. Dark Angel, where have you been? I've not heard from you for a few weeks. Even Khan says he's not safe in London. Go figure. Yeah, and he's got an armoured car. He's a div, isn't he? Niven Casey. Hi, John. Is Trevor Phillips racist? Brilliant. Trevor Phillips did that great report on Sky. I must just say, a lot of people saying that Sky took it down. I don't think they did. I've seen it there. And can I also say, Trevor Phillips told the truth, that it isn't and it wasn't a racist demo. It wasn't. It was just ordinary people. See, and the political elite have still not sussed this. And the more they try to say it's racist or it's far right, the more we hate them. And the more flags will go up. The more flags they take down, the more that will go up. I met one of the lads from Coventry who's been doing it. He's not political, but he's been completely politicised now. They were part of the revolution. I'm proud of them putting up the flags. I am. And all this pouncing about, they shouldn't paint the cross of St. George on the little mini roundabouts. Why not? I think they should. I hate those mini roundabouts. I bet they're having the time of their lives in places like Nuneaton or Milton Keynes. They're everywhere. They breed in the night. Denise Deacon. Sadiq Khan is a Muslim. Oh, he's not, is he? That's only for other Muslims. He doesn't care about or represent the rest of us Londoners. That's a pretty heavy allegation to make, and I don't know whether it's true, but if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. Here, now we've got somebody else. Liam Bream. You missed, obviously, the education of the lady earlier. This is not a platform for you to go, reform, to get people to vote. Make a comment. Yeah? Don't just say reform. Oh, I'm absolutely knackered. Howdy, John. Howdy, folks, says Charlie Barton over in the States. The police stopped Patriots using the organised routes, with the leftist mob were behind the police. The Patriots did nothing wrong. Kate, I'm hearing that so much. They sent you the wrong way and they sent them into the battle, so to speak. Listen, but even so, 28 arrests, a few coppers injured. Nobody wants anybody injured, but it's hardly worth getting too worked up about, especially when you compare it to 425 arrests at the Notting Hill Festival. By the way, I don't want to have that cancelled either. If you've got a large crowd of people, there's often a chance of trouble. Have you never been to the football? You know, it's just moronic. The chap that was getting sent to France from Eritrea. Craig, are you tonight just talking in like non sequiturs? I haven't got a clue what you're on about. Anyway, I watched a podcast that Starmer was meeting with the Russian oligarchs and taking bribes. He keeps offshore. He's trying to get Britain back into Europe against people who voted for it. Well, I'm not sure that you can rely on a podcast that says he's meeting with Russian oligarchs. I've had all that when I worked for Russia, for Sputnik. It was Russia Today. And I worked for Rupert Murdoch. And you know the accusations I got when I was working on both? Oh, Murdoch tells you what to do, you fascist bastard. Oh, Putin tells you what to write. Let me tell you, both of those institutions never told me what to write. I was more censored at the BBC. Listen to somebody who knows. I've worked for them. I just think it's nonsense. Kate, I can't do that, what you wanted me to do there. There's another idiot now saying reform. How many times have I got to tell you? I won't read them out. John, do you think Starmer wants to make the UK like jungle, but in accommodation? Did that make sense to you when you wrote it, mate? Because it don't make sense now. Why has Khan been there for 9 years? Where? Thank you. What's the alternative, though? What? To Starmer? Well, I think the alternative is, at the moment, probably Nigel Farage and reform. But you see, that's me giving you a reason, not just going, reform! Or Ben Habib! Right? Please, let's try and elevate the conversation just a little bit. Are you happy? How long have I done? 37 minutes. That's enough, I think. I think I'll stop there. Who we got next? Fraser Ford has put his thumb up. I don't know why, but he has. So thank you for that, Fraser. So in the end, then, you've got about 2 minutes, 3 minutes if you want to get in just before I go. Anybody got anything else to say about what's happened today? Is anybody else like me just desperate for Donald Trump to wipe the floor with Starmer? I want him to go easy on him. Then I want Starmer to lie, maybe lie twice, and then to get absolutely slapped down like a lying schoolboy. Don't you? And I hope somebody like Bev Turner, and she was the only one who did it last time, has the balls to actually ask the important questions, which have got to be about free speech. They've got to be about democracy. It's got to be about the Father Ted creator, hasn't it? Those sorts of questions. And it's got to be about Mandelson, which is embarrassing to Trump, of course. But I think they're making a big fuss. I don't think it's that embarrassing to Trump. He's not the one who gave him a job. It was Starmer. And even Yvette Cooper's turned on Starmer. She said, nothing to do with us, nothing to do with the Foreign Office. We didn't know. We wouldn't have given him a job. He's the chum of the nonce. Well, he's the chum of the nonce. Yum, yum. There's a poem somewhere there. Where are we going next? Craig says, sorry, John, I'll join it up. The chap from... we're getting there. Thank you. The chap from Eritrea didn't get sent back because it was deemed he was due 14 days to collate his defence. There's tens of thousands to choose from. Yeah, why didn't they choose another one? That's a very good point. That is... we got there, and I apologise if I was being thick. Have a great day, says Fraser. I'll try. It's the end of the day now. Keep up the great work, John. at Gaunty Towers, says Stephen Killick on Facebook. Yeah, we are in Gaunty Towers. You're right. Charlie Barton, Don Trump equals betcha. By golly, WOW. Look, you're all now acting as if you're on drugs and we're in a parallel universe. John, as we sing at Leeds, we are marching on together against Starmer. Just before we go, I think this is an attack on Christian values. Labelling people as far right, fascist, hate speech. Surely we should be able to take him to the court for lying, hate speech, and the rest of it, says Nathan. We could try, couldn't we? We'd have to crowdfund it. Trump will make Khan look like a little boy who has lost his sweets. I notice he hasn't been invited tonight. Fraser Ford says Den of Wolves. And Will Raz, I believe they're all nonsense. Well, we're going to leave that one there. You can believe that if you wish. I'm sure they're not. But anyway, that's me finished. I'm back. What day is it? Wednesday. I'm back tomorrow. We'll do one at 6:30 if you fancy. Just a final thing. If you do want to support me, please tell all your friends about it. Please make sure. I tell you what, the subscriptions, people joining my Facebook, not my Facebook, what's it called? It's my YouTube channel, John Gaunt TV, going through the roof. And it's free. It says subscribe. Would you like to subscribe? There's no fee. So just go to it and join it, right? If you can. Oh, bloody hell. I tell you what, I'm going to need a donation because I've just had a thing come up. You hear that beep then? Saying your Mac will run out of power. Battery's dead. The wire, I obviously hadn't put the wire in correctly. I've had that problem before. But anyway, if you want to donate, click that little $sign or go to www.buymeacoffee.com. I really enjoy these shows. I hope you do as well. Maggie Young. I've missed your claps, Maggie. She's back. She's given me 5 claps and a sky blue because she's a sky blue fan as well. Heart, very much appreciated. No doubt Jackie will be sending that as well. Thank you very much indeed. I shall see you tomorrow at 6:30. And I tell you what, tomorrow is going to be a humdinger because I would imagine Trump is going to destroy them. Yeah, absolutely destroy them. Ed Davey, grow up. Sadiq Khan, and Keir Starmer, get out of number 10. There she is. I knew I could rely on her. Jackie Ward's just sent me 3 little red love hearts. See you later, guys. If you got kids, give them a kiss, give them a hug. Hey, hey, hey. Don't forget to tell them you love them. See ya.